Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock Metal Podcast, we have ARSHENIC, and they've just been releasing some banging new singles, as well as fresh off of an award that we're going to be chatting about. And today on the show, we have Ofilia, who's going to be sharing some information about what the band has got going on. So, Ofilia, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks.
Absolutely great to have you on. Let's jump into this award. So if I have this correct, because this is what came across my desk, is the Best Clean Vocal 2020 in Femme Metal Female Goddesses of Metal Award.
Yeah! Doesn't it sound good?
It does sound good. It sounds long. It sounds impressive.
Yeah, it does, really. Yeah, just being nominated to this award was really a great honor for me. It, like we said, it really sounds major. So being nominated to this award was a great deal for me, and winning it was just mind blowing. When I got the news that really I had most votes in this competition, I was like, wow. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. You put it out there. Your friends were refreshing and hitting vote, and just kidding.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, but it works like that. I think I try to be friends with people who listen to our music. I really like to chat with people. I really engage on Instagram, so anybody can just hit me there. And we have 14K Instagram followers on the ARSHENIC profile, so it's kind of big amount. I think it's a big amount for me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if everybody did votes, I was really grateful.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. And something else you brought up was connecting with the fans, and it sounds like the platform that you guys are using for that is Instagram.
Mostly, yeah. We are using Instagram because Instagram doesn't have those problems with location. For example, I'm also on the TikTok, but TikTok always is showing this content for people in Poland. So it's like doing everything from the beginning. And Instagram is showing like everywhere. So this is why we mostly are engaging on Instagram.
Okay, makes sense. I know TikTok, some bands are trying it. Most bands, I think, are staying away from it because it's like another social...
Yeah, it's a cancer.
Yeah. Another one. Do we really need another one? Cool. And then, yeah, Instagram, it's a crazy one because I was just chatting with somebody the other day about how it has evolved, because it just started off as a place for basically photographers to post portfolios, and now bands are connecting with people on this platform from obviously considerable changes to the platform over time. But it's kind of crazy to think about that it's a portfolio website that you now have 14,000 followers that you're able to connect with as a band, not as a photographer. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think this platform has changed for a few years now. It's totally different, but it's not really easy to just be seen on Instagram right now, because Instagram is not promoting anything. They're only basing on the ads, so it's not that easy. But there are lots of fan pages like female metalheads, female metal goddesses, and just pages like this, and they really helped. They were the biggest like help in our just growing on Instagram.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I think that's a really hard pill for a lot of bands to swallow, is if you want to be seen on these platforms, you're going to have to cough up money or really connect with, like a fanzine or something. And if your band isn't big enough to have a fanzine, then you're back to step one, which is coughing up money.
Yeah, well, having a band is like it's like having a company. You have to just pay a lot. Having a band really costs a lot of money, not only for the ads, but also producing music, making music videos, just the photo shoots and stuff like this. It's enormous amount of money. So yeah, if you don't want to spend, you just won't be a big And
I know.
even if you're competing with the greatest ones from the majors, the major labels have like tons of money to just spend on the artists. So how can we compete with them? So people just need to try to be more creative with this.
Yeah.
And just spend really a lot of time looking for people who would want to listen to your music.
This is very true. And don't forget, people listening out there, you still can buy ads in your local city, and you can put it on sides of buildings and bus stops. Try it for a week. See if you get some local numbers. Somebody sitting at the bus stop like, yeah, I'm going to check out this band. I got Spotify open right now. Airplanes are coming back into use, airplane magazines. Somebody's sitting on a tube for 2 hours, 3 hours. They're flipping through. I got Spotify open. Let me check out this band. Yeah, baby. Okay, now, speaking of being out of this world, eXtraTerRestrial. And you guys have some lowercase and some capitals and some lowercase and some capitals, which takes me back to chatting on AOL Instant Messenger when I was a kid back in like 1998. So take us through eXtraTerRestrial. What is this track about?
Well, eXtraTerRestrial sounds like an alien abduction.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say about this track, and you have to just listen to it.
What did the aliens do to you after they abduct you? Do you talk about that? Is that a thing that you talk about?
I will talk about it in like a month, because we are recording the proper music video for this one in 2 weeks.
Proper music video. Beautiful. So the link that I'm going to post in today's show notes for those listening in is going to take you to the audio for the track.
Yeah.
And then there you can see you've got the album artwork on the left where it shows the abduction, and then you've got the band on the right, looking super serious, of course, and cool. Ofilia, you're even doing that framing of your crotch thing, that whole Motley Crue framing of the crotch thing. That's cool.
Am I? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Cool. Now, the other thing, so I guess is this artwork related to just this single then?
Well, actually, not really, because there's also this fourth song that we're going to release in September, and that's also about, let's say, outer space. So we wanted the whole 4 songs to be like something out of this world.
Get it? Which reminds me, I'm going to the other track right now, which is also an audio track. So everybody listening in, Spotify, Apple Music, you're on the website today, rockandrollpodcast.ca, or YouTube. If you go on today's show notes, you can see links to eXtraTerRestrial and Bloodsucker, which are the official audio. So you can give those a listen. And I noticed as well, same artwork for Bloodsucker. So are these like space mosquitoes?
Nah, I hate mosquitoes. Let's think of something different.
Something other than, vampires, space vampires. Vampires on the moon.
Yeah, vampires, look.
Are those real? Are those yours?
Yeah, no, I made them yesterday at the dentist office.
Okay.
Because like I was saying, I'm preparing myself for the music video, so I had to get real on this one. And I'm not really used to those. So it's real. I feel like I have a chewing gum in my mouth or something. But well.
I bet. So do those then come off after the music video?
No, they will have to cut it off.
Oh. That sounds...
I'm being really serious with the things I do.
Yes, very serious. Did they look at you like you were strange? Like, I want vampire teeth for a music video. Did they...
Well, actually, my dentists know I'm an artist, and he knows I'm a bit freak. So when I told him that, he was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, it may be a little refreshing for his day. He's not having to fix a person's teeth. He's actually doing something artistically cosmetic.
Yeah. He usually doesn't, so it was his first.
Okay. Were you wearing the choker while you were doing that, so he had to get around the choker to get your teeth in?
No, I took it off so he wouldn't be so afraid. I look like a normal, regular person when I go there. Well, I try. I even take off my piercings. So, no, I try to look as normal as I can.
Yeah, the snake bites. So you've got vampire teeth, snake bites. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Super serious stuff here. So then what is Bloodsucker? Do we even vampire, right? Is it a vampire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a vampire. It's someone who is draining your blood, someone really toxic in your life that you just want to throw out.
Right. Toxic relationships.
Yeah. Actually, at the end of the song, where the song changes into a more progressive style, I wrote a slightly different type of lyrics. And as usual, no one got that it's a sarcasm. So I was really sad about this one. So I'm telling you guys, it's a sarcasm at the end.
I was actually just chatting with somebody about that because just recently I started getting back into the late 90s, early 2000s gothic metal, like To Die For, Charon, Poison Black, Sentenced. I just started just listening to it again. And my son, who's 7 years old, has yet to hear gothic metal. And so he was like, Daddy, why are all these songs about the cemetery and saying goodbye? And like, why is everything? So I had to explain, like, well, it's in jest. Like they're having fun with playing on the negative side of things. Like To Die For's first album, the opening track is Farewell. So I'm like, so it's the first track that enters the album, but they're saying goodbye, but it has to be really melancholic. So they're saying farewell, so we were chatting about, the fun that we're having with this. Or like in Sentence, they saying, I want to kill myself, but in a major key. Right. So some people just don't get it, I guess, though, sometimes, eh?
Yeah, I think people like when everything is up in front, when everything is obvious in the lyrics, but that's just too simple for me.
Yeah. Well, somebody's going to get it. Somebody.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah. Now, the song becomes, you mentioned something there, the song becomes more progressive, so you changed up the lyrics. Did that happen kind of like by accident, like the boys wrote a progressive part and you went, ooh, there's a change there? Or did you say, hey, I think it'd be really cool if we did something lyrically and musically together here?
We try to combine different styles and different things in our music. And for this one, I really wanted this combination. I wanted the song to be more like a radio hit and to not make it so obvious and so boring. We just wanted to give it a little, spin. So we added something not obvious, something that would really make people think and just try to listen again to the song. So I just don't like boring stuff. I don't like songs that start and end the same way, that have nothing like amazing in those songs. So this is why I wanted that kind of combination. And also the first part of the song is like kind of pop metal, I think. So I wanted to give like a prelude to the next songs we're gonna release this summer. So the second part shows a bit more what we are planning in the new songs.
Okay, how much can you share about what you're planning in the new songs?
Well, there are 2 songs left for the summer, and the third song we're gonna release is gonna be out in, I think, 2 weeks or so, the first Friday of next week, and the song is gonna be called Goat. That's the greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. Well, humble me. Mm-hmm. So this
Very
song
humble.
is this song is progressive metal in the verses that I think sounds a bit like Deftones and Catatonia style. I tried to do something similar to the vocal lines they're using. And the chorus is more in style, let's say, a Ginger, because everybody knows right now who's Ginger. So growling and guttural in the chorus. So I think it's a mix that you haven't heard before. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of it right now. Now, the first part, Deftones and Catatonia, Defatonia, Catatones. I'm digging it. It's going to be kind of melancholic, kind of sweet, right?
Melancholic, nostalgic, and low tempo. Yeah.
Okay.
and really, really melodic. It's a really nice vocal line. Some layered vocals, but not too much, just a bit like they do, and very personal lyrics. So yeah, everything is in this vibe.
Intimate comes to mind.
Yeah. Perfect word for this one. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to Ginger. I've heard a couple of songs, but I don't know. I guess crazy. I guess I don't know. How would you describe Ginger? They're kind of.
I'm not the greatest fan of them, to be honest. I also heard like 2 songs or so, but everybody right now around me are just comparing to things they know best. And right now, when I used to growl in some songs, they were saying, "Oh, they sound like Ginger," or what's the second female fronted metal very famous right now?
Like
ARSHENIC.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there are only 2 comparisons when you talk about female gutturals. So that's why I say it sounds like Ginger. Because,
That's crazy balls. Arch Enemy, eh? They haven't come out with anything in like 3 or 4 years. That's crazy that people are still. Anyway, what was the last time they came out with an album? It was like 2019 or 2018.
Yeah, maybe, but they're still touring, I think, a lot. Every time I open Instagram, I just see some news about them. So
yeah. Before the pandemic,
they have a really, really good PR.
They do. Before the pandemic, I was able to sit down with them backstage and interview them, and then the pandemic happened. So that kind of put an end to all of those things for me for a little while. Yeah. But yeah, they've still put on a killer show. Sweet. Okay, so we chatted about the Female Goddesses of Metal Award, which officially makes you a female metal or a female goddess of metal.
I like that. Yeah.
I think it there's so much in there. Like, if you're a goddess, doesn't that make you already female? Like, do we need to include the female goddess of metal? Is there a male goddess? Does that happen?
Well, in this world, everything can happen.
This is very
Culture changes. So.
Yes, every minute of every day. Cool. So that's interesting. Have you ever considered yourself a goddess? Do you look in the mirror now and go like, "All right, goddess, let's do it today"?
No, I wish I would, but no. Yeah, no. But my best friend, who's a male, really does that. So I let him be the goddess.
Right.
That's one goddess around me. And my 2 pets are named after goddesses, so that's enough for me. I'm just being myself, I'm just Ofilia.
Right, exactly. And one of those pets I saw creeping around was a cat with black fur and white fur.
Yeah, and her name is Hecate. I think she's somewhere in here. Yeah, this. Oh, yeah.
There it is. I thought it was closed, and then it moved.
Yeah.
There we go. Beautiful. Sweet little pet.
I just found her like year ago on the street. She was just a lost pet, so I just took her home.
Yeah, cool. I think that's everybody's dream. Mom, can I keep it?
Yeah, I told my husband, "Baby, we are having a cat," and he was like, "Yeah, great."
Yeah, I know the feeling. When my wife says to do something, I just do it.
Yeah, it's easier. Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. And it's cheaper to keep her. So
yeah.
There that goes. Okay. What else do we need to chat about, Ofilia? We chatted about you guys are... Actually, here's a fun question. I just realized this. So you got a guy on drums, you got a guy on guitars, you got you on vocals. Who's playing the bass?
Well, we have a session bass player.
Okay.
Because, having 4 people in a band, it's really hard. It's easier for us because my husband is a drummer, so he has to be in this band if he want to live. And the guitar player is my best friend. He knows me for 10 years and still is in the band, so we are really close. And the 4th person that we tried to have in this band was always a problem. There was always something weird in the vibe, or someone tried to take charge in a band or something, or just, people are weird, and musicians, we are extremely weird, so it was really hard to find someone for the bass, and the guy who played with us for 4 years decided he's too old for this shit. So he just quit. He doesn't play anymore, and right now we are just having some session bass players for the gigs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to chat about, Ofilia?
No, I'm just glad you're not asking me those basic questions. For example, why do you sing and how did the band started? Because I was really afraid for those questions because I hate them.
Well, good. But now that you've brought it up, now I really want... No, just kidding. Those are terrible questions. Why did you start to sing? I don't know, because you did, man. Like, ugh. Next time you get one of those questions, just be like, listen, go listen to John from the Rock Metal Podcast so you can learn how to interview somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I also thought of recording some Q&A, most common questions, answering those, and if anybody else asks me this one, I will just send them the link. So I won't have to say it anymore. Exactly.
Yeah, I put that as a thing. Like, if you're going to ask me really boring, shitty, stupid questions, then here's the recorded audio of those really boring, shitty, stupid questions. And if you didn't know that these were boring, shitty, stupid questions, now you know.
Yeah, I'm going to quote that.
Beautiful. Sweet. All right, cool. All right, everybody out there in podcast YouTube land, we have chatted about Female Goddesses of Metal Award, how Ofilia is now officially a female goddess of metal. We talked about Instagram promotion as well as toxic relationships and how people can come in there and try to abduct you, which is really scary. And they also might be bloodsuckers or they could be bloodsuckers or they could be trying to abduct you. But either way, toxic, baby. And you guys have another single that's coming out. This episode will air in August. So what I've made a note for in my notes is to include a link to the third track that's going to come out. So everybody who's listening, into the show can go listen to those tracks. They can follow you guys. They can message you. If they're another interviewer, I hope you're ashamed and you step up. I set the bar so you can go under it like a limbo, baby. And Ofilia is going to have all of the really shitty, boring, stupid questions ready to go for you. Boom! And I'm looking forward to the music video with the teeth. So, yeah, I'll have a link to that as well. I'm sure that'll be coming out. Is it before August? The music video? Don't know?
Well, we are recording it in 2 weeks, and we'll need another 2 weeks to release it. So I think it will be out in a month.
Okay. So if it's available, guys, then I'll post it in today's show notes. And if it's not, then it won't be. That's kind of how that's going to go. Yeah. That's my promise to you, Rock Metal Podcast land. All right. Well, Ofilia, thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.